I'll be working with this hair. This is a 5x5 closure with 3 bundles. That's 300 grams. Now, depending on the cap size, the cap must fit the canvas head perfectly. This is a size 22. The cap was big and had a lot of space in it, and that's why I sealed down the excess part of the cap for it to look like this. The first thing to do is to lay your closure properly on the cap. You must never lay your closure without dividing it into two. Dividing into two is gives you the guideline to knowing where to place it on the cap. So once I've divided into two, that middle part is where you're going to put on your canvas head to trace the line on the canvas head, this middle. Do you see what I'm doing? And then give it like 0.5 or even 1 inches away from the cap, right? Do you see how I did it? Now look at this lady's cap. She sent it to me for wigging, and that's because the former hairstylist didn't leave enough inches in the front. So when I say leave at least 1 inch in the front, it is to prevent this kind of thing from happening and from your wig looking tacky. All right, so ensure you remove at least 1 inch. This is a closure wig, so remove at least 1 inches. Draw the closure to 1 inches away from the wig cap to prevent this kind of thing from happening. Okay, now next thing will be to now drag the cap to the back. Remember, on your canvas head, there are 3 lines in front, right? So you're using the middle line as a guideline to placing your closure. Now, you stand at the back of your canvas head and then drag the closure. Now, when I'm saying drag it, I don't mean drag and tear the closure, right? Ensure that you just drag it slightly. Now, once you've dragged it to the back, use a T-pin to hold the middle of the closure at the back. Now, use your eye to trace the edge of the closure, even though it looks like it is is not sharply cornered, like it's not a 4-corner, closure. There's a way you would see the back that you know that, okay, this is the edge of the corner, the edge or the corner of the closure. So just drag it down and ensure that it is straight. So you need to have a vertical line behind. Do you see how I did it? It has to be straight both on the right hand side and on the left hand side. Now this is a 5x5 closure, so if you do not know how to set a 5x5 closure, the M shape is the best guideline to use. So just slightly drag the front of the net diagonally. On the right hand side, drag it slightly to the left. On the left hand side, drag it slightly to the right, as you can see me doing the video. Your hand should be able to enter that place like that, so you see the M shape you formed. Now your closure has to be as flat as this on every side. It must not lift, right? It has to be very, very flat. Kicked out of the bar. I noticed that part had a slight gap, so from the back I removed the T-pin and then I dragged it again very well, right? It needs to be flat on all sides without any gap, like I said. So now do you see? Now that I've adjusted it, there is no space there again. So now we're good, and I'm going to sew it down. Still figuring it out. You're the silver lining. Now that the closure has been well secured to the canvas head, T-pin should be your best friend. Now it's time for you to sew. The sewing is not complicated. Just sew it the same way you're sewing cloth, but make sure that the needle is not piercing the canvas head, the cloth on the canvas head. You should pierce it. You should take the needle past the net of the closure and also past the net or past the fabric of the cap, not the canvas head. So just keep watching. Now you're going to do this from left to right or right to left, as the case may be, but just ensure that you sew down the closure firmly on the cap. You can see how this looks. After sewing down everything, all the sides are firmly sewn and they are straight. There is no bumps, no ruffles, nothing. I'm going to open the closure for you to see also. It is not rough. Like, there's some people that wear closure and then the cap is folding or it looks rumpled. Do you see how it looks? It is flat. Emphasis on flat. If you've laid your closure and it is not as flat as this, then you should loosen it and start again. Okay? You're the silver line when I can see. Next will be to draw the guidelines. Now look at me putting the pin on number 1. right? I can put it anywhere because I'm already a pro at making this, but for the sake of this video, just put it on number 1, pin it on the closure, like the net on the closure, and then start drawing your guidelines. Now the way it should be is ensure that you're leaving 1 centimeter apart. So you're drawing on line 1, line 2, line 3, like that, and you're making straight horizontal lines. It doesn't matter if you're making mistakes. It's totally allowed. That's why I always advise that you use the chalk that tailors use instead of using those pencils, those ones with permanent markers. It makes your work really tacky when you cannot exactly clean it. So just use chalk, and when you make mistakes, you can always rectify or clean it. Now that we're done with the middle, for the sides, ensure that this one is something that you have to do with time, right? So if you want to start from the back, that's fine. If you want to start from the front, that's fine. But in whatever you do, ensure that you're drawing straight lines from the middle line that you've drawn to the side. And sometimes it doesn't always necessarily have to be equal, but they should all meet at a particular junction at the sides of the cap. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but do you see that it's not like everything was in one place? They were all drawn, is it diagonally? They were all drawn, but you can see what I'm doing in the video. I really don't know how to explain it, but just keep watching and slow down the video if you have to, and then just replicate it. I promise you, it is not even hard at all. Once you're done, you should have something like this. So it looks like everything is equal, like all the lines are equal, right? Like I said, you should have something like this. Now, there should be not much space between the closure and the first line. So, we've been given 1 centimeter from each line. Now, for the closure part, from the closure to that part is going to be 0.5, 0.5. So 0.5 plus 0.5 is 1. So you can just use your eye to eyeball it. So only that part would have this shorter space, and then the rest is going to be 1 centimeter. However, if you have like 4 to 5 bundles, let's say like 400 to 500 grams, you can then do 0.5 all through. But for 300 grams, 0.5 is just at the closure area, and then the rest is 1 centimeter. Now I'm working with 300 grams, that's 3 bundles, and they are in layers. The longest is 20, so it's 16, 18, and 20. 16 inches is going to be in the front, 18 inches is going to be in the middle, and then 20 inches is going to be at the back. So as you can see, this one is 16 inches, so this one's going to be in the front. You can see this one is 18 inches, so this is going to be the middle one. And this one is 20 inches, so this one is going to be at the back. So let's start wigging. There must never be a space between the closure and the first line. The first weft has to be sewn directly on the closure. As you can see me place the weft, right? So you do that from the left to the right first before you start wigging. Don't go and do rubbish and say it's on Ryoke's page that you learned rubbish. So we've sewn the first bundle. Before you continue sewing, ensure you check what you've done. It's always advisable for you to start from the front, because a wig's beauty is always from the front. It's when you see that, you'll be like, oh, this is beautiful. So ensure you check the front, check that your hair is well laid, is well flat, is laid and flat, and you can see that there are no bumps, and it is well sewn before you continue to other bundles. So this is what I'm just showing you, that it is flat. So this is sewn. Just continue watching. We have 2 bundles left, so make sure you count the lines that you have on your wig cap and then divide it into 2. So the first bundle should be in the first half, the second bundle should be on the second half. So there were 4 lines there. I sewed the first bundle on 4 lines, as you can see, and then now I have to sew this second bundle or this second line. So wig from the left to the right and be turning over, right? So you can see me, I'm trying to tell you that you should trace it, and then if you want to cut it, that's fine. But if you don't want to cut it, just be flipping over till you get to the last weft. Now that you're done with the sewing, just brush the hair back and look at the sewing. If your hair is not as flat as this and it's bump free as this, then you've done something wrong, and you would have to loosen the weft again and then resew it. It must be like this. It is totally fine if it is not like this on your first trial, but the more you do it, the better you get at it. Okay, so after this, if you feel like your closure is too thick, you can pluck it. Now look at the right hand side. This is the customer's hair. On the right hand side, I just did very minimal plucking, so you'll not really see it, but you can see that there's a difference between the right hand side and the left hand side. So my goal is to make tight curls instead of loose waves, so I'm going to use bendy rollers. I've rolled off camera and then I'm going to style it in front of you guys, so just keep watching. Babe, I promise you, you only need 1 to 2 pumps of serum for styling. You don't need to bathe your hair with serum or hair products. You're literally dirtying the hair and it's not going to come out nice. But anyway, 1 or 2 pumps is fine, and then start unraveling the curls or the bendy rollers. Now don't scatter the bendy rollers depending on the direction in which you did it. So for the ones on the right, I am for the ones on the left, I'm unraveling to the right. The ones on the right, I'm unraveling to the left. So just keep watching and observe my hand movement. So you see this one is on the right, I'm rolling to the left, right, because of how I rolled it. And every direction matters a lot, that way you don't scatter your curls. Okay, so just keep watching. Now bendy rollers will give you tight curls, while using your hot rod would give you you know, loose waves. So as you can see, the curls are really tight. Now next part will be to do our part definition. Some people use either foundation or concealer. It all depends on the shade and your preference, but I would always advise that you use a powder shade, right? Powder just makes it more well defined, in my opinion. I really do not like powder or foundation, but just do you. Ensure that I feel like this is my favorite part of styling anyway, defining the part. So once you're done, take either your holding spray or your heat protectant. Put your hand like 3 centimeters away from the hair and then spray it. Then use the back of your hot comb to you know, just massage it down, and you know, you'll be good to go. It's actually self-explanatory from here. So babe, if you've gotten to this part of this video and you haven't clicked the subscribe button, what are you waiting for? I've tried now, cut me some accolades. Just click on the subscribe button, like, share, and turn on your notification bell. That way you do not miss any other gems I'm going to drop, right? So now, after all said and done, this should be your final result. That's all that we got left. I hope you've been able to learn 1 or 2 things from this video. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in my next one. Bye. Time for goodbye.